Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about knowing when to quit on a bad day. Now we all have them, we all have days where we can't win, we just lose no matter what we do, and sometimes people play on way too long on these days, and other times you should be pushing through when you quit. So I want to talk about knowing when to quit when things are going wrong. So first off, you need to be nothing about the results and think about how you're actually playing. So you need to be thinking about how well you're focusing, how well you're making decisions, and how well you're staying in control of your emotions. If all three of those are tick, 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 focusing, good decisions, and control my emotions, then the monetary downswing does not matter. It does not matter. You should play through, providing you have the bankroll to be playing the level that you're playing, and you're not like shooting too high, and you don't have the bankroll. You need to have a stop loss in place in those scenarios. A lot of players end up playing too long because they're down for the session. They're down for the session and they end up chasing the loss. That's a really bad mentality to be in. If you feel yourself wanting to continue longer than you usually would, so say you've stopped at 2 hours and you see yourself playing the 3rd hour, the 4th hour, the 5th hour because you're down for the session, that's a real bad sign. You shouldn't be playing longer than you normally do when you're losing. If anything, you should be finishing when you normally finish or slightly before, and then when you're doing well, when you're winning on a heater, use those moments when you're playing good to extend your sessions. So if you find yourself playing past your usual finish time and you're down for the session, it's probably a good sign that you're chasing your losses, you're probably not playing your best poker, and you should stop. End your session in that moment. If you feel like you're somewhat in the middle of your session, and you're like, I'm losing the session, should I quit or should I not? Again, bring it back to your performance. So write down every hour, every half an hour, just check in with yourself. Am I focusing well? Yes or no? Am I making good decisions? Yes or no? And am I stay in control of my emotions? Now, if you're doing those, you make good decisions, you're playing good poker, you can continue to play it through downswings, but you've got to be realistic with yourself. You've got to be aware of mistakes that are creeping in. So if you feel like you're making more mistakes, you feel like you're playing faster, you feel like you're not taking in all the information because you've let this downswing or this bad run of variance affect your mindset, then you need to be thinking about ending your session or at least taking a break and getting out of there. So definitely don't chase the losses. If your results are going badly, but you feel in control, keep going, keep playing through those sessions, and yeah, it's getting the blend right between when to stop, when you should stop, and when to push through when you actually should do. So I think a lot of players, there's two extremes. So one extreme will push and chase the losses, go into real chase the loss mode, and the other ones will lose a few buys and quit. They won't want to feel any sort of frustration at the tables. So I think both are problematic. If you're not used to playing through a downswing, it's going to really affect your volume. If every time you're losing, like 3, 4 buy-ins, 5 buy-ins, whatever, you start ending your sessions, you're going to get no volume in whatsoever. So if that's you, make sure you're on the other side, you're monitoring your performance, you're pushing yourself to keep going during these kind of volatile periods. And if you're the opposite one and you're chasing losses, stop chasing losses. Not one session. It's so much better just to end your session as you normally would, go to bed, get an early night, get 8 hours of sleep, and then chase your losses the following day with a fresh head, a clear mind, and it stops you going on these rampages where you end up losing a roll that you've spent a lot of time and a lot of effort building up. Don't do that. So it's not what you want to be doing. So hope that was some use for you guys. You found some good advice on how to think about when to end your session and when to keep pushing through. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's going to be plenty more poker content coming from me very soon, so stay tuned.